welcome to Roswell's Park for Thursday baseball between the Moose Jaw Miller Express and the Sylvan Gulls, sponsored by Canadian Tire. A reminder to pick up your programs, the minimum for the break and wheel ticket window to play RBC Royal Bank Bingo, and win other prizes courtesy of our sponsors as well. Down in the Park Hotel Beer Gardens, it is a Rosie's on River Street Thirsty Thursday, where we have beer batter pricing all game long. Time now for our Stringham Law starting lineups. First, our umpire crew tonight. We have Huck Craig, Jordy Dwyer, and Warren Burrell. Now the lineup of visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. Leading off is number 5, shortstop Elias Duncan. Batting second, number 16, third baseman Maddox Shaver. Batting third, number 21, second baseman Joey Marino. Batting fourth, he is number 18, left fielder Cooper Szylski. Batting fifth, number 35, center fielder Charlie Collins. Batting sixth is number 30, first baseman Coleman Perry. Third designated here tonight is number 33, Gavin Galenza, batting seventh. Batting eighth is number 17, catcher Reese Sherman. Batting ninth, number 44, right fielder Michael Quick. And their starting pitcher tonight is number 27, Bryson Leach. Now, the starting lineup for your Moose Jaw Miller Express. At shortstop, number 22, Thomas Soto. In the center field, number 4, Chris Franks. In right field, number 27, William Edwards. Your designated hitter, number 25, Eduardo Sainz. At first base, number 18, Garen Homer. In left field, number 9, Casey Phillips. Your catcher tonight, number 8, Gary Swan. At third base, number 11, Michael Rago. At second base, number 13, Ben Wallachek. And your starting pitcher, number 7, Jacob Glazner. At this time, we would like to recognize Corporal Matthew Work from the Saskatchewan Dragoons with us tonight, hoisting the Canadian flag at home plate. We ask that you now please rise if you are able and remove your headwear for the singing of our national anthem, performed by Abby Hunt.
Thank you very much, Abby Hunt, whose father, Michael, is the Millers' assistant coach. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw for Western Canadian Baseball League action here on FloCollege. I'm your host, voice of the Millers, Rod Peterson, joined by Jenna Moore, and it is an absolutely perfect night for baseball. Unlike the last time we convened, when we were rained out 2 innings shy of getting the game against the Regina Red Sox here on Tuesday night, with the Millers up 9-2 at the time. That we won't talk about it. It's a perfect night for baseball here tonight in the Band City. With the Sylvan Lake Gulls coming to town for their first visit of the season, their first of two here late in the week. They come in, Sylvan Lake 13-6 in the Western Division, stands them third. They are the reigning West Division pennant winners in the Western Canadian Baseball League coming out of 2025. And here's their batting order, by the way. Batting leadoff, the shortstop, number 5, Elias Duncan. Batting second, the third baseman, Maddox Shaver. Batting third, the second baseman, Joey Marino. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Cooper Sizowski. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Charlie Collins. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Coleman Perry. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Gavin Galenza. Batting eighth, the catcher, Reese Sherman. And batting ninth, the right fielder, Michael Quick. Their starting pitcher tonight is Bryson Leach. And the Sylvan Lake Gulls are under the guidance of head coach Matt Hape. For the Moose Jaw Millers, 12-7 has them second in the East. Here is their starting lineup defensively. Starting pitcher is Jacob Glazer. Behind home plate is Gary Swan, and his dad Cliff is in from Peoria, Arizona. Came up and said hi prior to game time. At first base tonight, Garen Plummer. At second base, Ben Wallachek. At third, Michael Rego. At shortstop, Thomas Soto. In left field, Pacey Phillips. In center field, Chris Franks. And in right field, Will Edwards. The designated hitter tonight is Eduardo Saenz. And we are ready to go from Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. 7:05 first pitch. It is Miller time from the Band City. 23 degrees Celsius, 73 Fahrenheit. Mainly sunny here at the Ross, and the wind is out of the southeast at 16. Home plate umpire tonight is Huck Craig and his crew, Jordy Dwyer and Warren Burrow. Jacob Glazner looks in. First pitch is in for strike one called as he gets a look from Elias Duncan. Could be a long night if he's arguing balls and strikes or the batters are this early on. 0-1 the count here on Elias Duncan, the shortstop. Swing and a miss, make that 0-2. Miller's Baseball brought to you by Stringham Law, Hawks Agro, and Molson Breweries. Elias Duncan out of Redwood City, California, plays at Hutchinson Community College. He's down in the count 0-2 here against Jacob Glazner. Tied for second, as a matter of fact, of the WCBL in strikeouts with 35. And a swing and a miss, make it 36. A leadoff strikeout for Elias Duncan, and that'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 16, Maddox Shaver, with Joey Marino on deck. Again, that is the 36th strikeout of the season, rung up by Jacob Glazner. Has him tied for the league lead now with Kagan Baker of the Regina Red Sox. Baker got the start here the other night against the Millers, and the Millers got to him early and often. 9-2 was the score when we had to postpone that one due to rain. 4 innings and 2 outs in. It was quite a night weather-wise here with 2-hour delays. A lot of you were with us for that. Ry Pathakos, the coach of the Red Sox, said, how are we going to play on this? Put his guys on the bus and went home. 1-1 the count here on Maddox Shaver, the third baseman out of Belleville, Ontario. 1-1. And a swing and a miss, and Glazner is dealing early here tonight for Moose Jaw. Strikeout leader, veteran Miller from Apache Junction, Arizona. 1-2 the count as Glazner looks in for the sign from Gary Swan. And a swing and a miss, and down he goes. Back-to-back strikeouts, and that has given Jacob Glazner the league lead in strikeouts with 37. I should tell you that his teammate Weston Walls is hot on his heels with 33, but 2 aces on the staff for the Millers. If you want to know a big reason why this club is having one of their best seasons in a good long time. Some quality starts out of the starting rotation league leaders in Glazner and Weston Walls. Here's a roller towards short. Thomas Soto fields that, throw over in time, and it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Joey Marino grounds out to the shortstop. We'll be back with the bottom of the first in a second. Scoreless in Moose Jaw here on FloCollege Baseball. Back at Moose Jaw, bottom of the first we go. Here's your batting order for the 12-7 Moose Jaw Miller Express. The leadoff man, the all-star switch-hitting shortstop Thomas Soto. Batting second, Chris Franks, the center fielder. Batting third, the right fielder, Will Edwards. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Eduardo Saenz. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Garen Plummer. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Pacey Phillips. Batting seventh, the catcher, Gary Swan. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Michael Rago. Batting ninth, the second baseman, Ben Wallachuk. And as mentioned, Jacob Glazner is on the mound. Starting pitcher for the Sylvan Lake Gulls is Bryson Leach, and his first pitch is in high for ball 1-1-0 here on Thomas Soto. This one inside for ball 2-2-0. Defensively for Sylvan Lake, Bryson Leach is on the mound. The catcher is Reese Sherman. The first baseman, Coleman Perry. Second baseman, Joey Marino. This one high and outside for ball 3-3-0 on the fastball. Maddox Shavers, the third baseman. The shortstop is Elias Duncan. The left fielder is Cooper Sizelski. The center fielder, Charlie Collins. The right fielder is Michael Quick. Strike one called, 3-1 the count here on Thomas Soto. He's the league leader in stolen bases coming in tonight. Thomas, who set the league record for runs scored. Man, he has been a one-man wrecking crew on the WCBL record book since coming up 4 seasons ago from Round Rock, Texas. And it's a full count here on Thomas Soto. The leadoff hitter, here comes the payoff pitch from Leach. Swung on, fouled down the third baseline. Well, word clearly got around. A beautiful night for baseball. Best crowd we've had in some time to welcome the Sylvan Lake Gulls to the Band City for the first of two. We'll do it again Friday night, 7:05. This is, whoa, strike 3 call on Thomas Soto. And that's got the crowd groaning, and Thomas as well. Leadoff strikeout for Thomas Soto. Now the league RBI leader, Chris Franks, comes to the plate for Moose Jaw. 26 runs batted in for Franks, and he takes the first pitch high for ball 1-1-0. Chris Franks comes to the Miller Express by way of Ashland University and a product of Wooster, Ohio. 1-0 the count on Franks. Swung on, fouled back and out of play. And right off the top of the Minute Muffler Break and Wheel ticket window. One and one the count here on Chris Franks. This one yanked the other way. Fouled down the first baseline. 1-2 the count on Franks. It's the third start of the season for Bryson Leach. Here's a roller towards second. Jumping on it in the hole, Marino, throw to first is in time. Chris Franks was unable to leg that one out. He grounds out to the second baseman for 2 away. Nice defensive effort by Joey Marino. And we go to the number 3 hitter, William Edwards, with 2 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Not sure if it's picking up on our microphones or not, but it's a young crowd, a boisterous crowd here. Last day of school today. They're out here celebrating. First pitch outside for ball 1 on Will Edwards. Wayne, you're watching in Australia. His father, I have not got him the Tim Hortons gift card yet, but he can expect it tomorrow night. That's on me. Swing and a miss from the lanky Sioux Falls product. 1-1 the count here on William Edwards. 297 on the season. And a club leading 74 at bats. Here's a one-hopper. He gets past the first baseman for a single. And Will Edwards is aboard here on the bottom of the first inning.
Number 25, Eduardo Sainz.
That brings to the plate the designated hitter, Eduardo Sainz, here in the bottom of the first. 2 out and 1 on for the Millers. In their first meeting of the year against the Sylvan Lake Gulls. First pitch swinging, fouled down the right field line. Not playable, 0-1. Have not yet made it out to the beautiful ballpark in Sylvan, but we, of course, watched the video, the games last year, the league final against Regina. For some of the Millers over the years, they say that is their favorite ballpark. Certainly one of my favorites, Bobby Biceps Picorni, said that was his favorite. Here's a throw over. Back in time is Will Edwards. Most everybody says, other than Roswell's Park, of course, for the home team, they love it here, but most everybody says Siemens Stadium in Okotoks for obvious reasons. Capacity is 7,500, voted the top collegiate ballpark in North America. Strike 2 called, 0-2 on Eduardo Sainz. But again, a lot of the players like the newer, but a little smaller ballpark in Sylvan. What a great story that ball club has been for that community in central Alberta. 0-2 the count here on Eduardo Sainz. And strike 3 called. He goes down looking. The Millers will leave 1 on and will go to the second scoreless in Moose Jaw. Millers and Gulls on FloCollege Baseball. Back in Moose Jaw, top second, Cooper Sazelski, Charlie Collins, Coleman Perry due up for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls here. Jacob Glazner retired the first 3 batters he's seen. Here on this Thursday night, we go to the number 4 hole hitter, the left fielder, Cooper Sazelski, will lead it off here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls in the top of the second inning. Cooper Sazelski's been around this league for a while. He's appeared in 10 games this season, batting .171. First pitch outside for ball one, the offering from Jacob Glazner. The left fielder, Cooper Szyzelski out of Monument, Colorado. This one low and inside for ball two, 2-0. Last game for Sylvan was a 15-7 win at Swift Current Wednesday night. This one fouled straight back and out of play, 2-1. The win up their record to 13-6. That has them third place in the Western Division. Here's the 2-1 from Jacob Glazner. And this one is inside for a full count. Around the league tonight, Regina Red Sox, Swift Current 57s playing a doubleheader at Mitchell Field in Swift Current. Okotoks is at Fort McMurray, and Energy City visiting Lethbridge. This one tagged in the air to left field. Pacey Phillips comes under it, and he'll make the catch for 2 away. Cooper Szyzelski flies out to the left fielder to open the second inning. The center fielder, number 34, Charlie Collins, comes to the dish for the Gulls. Coleman Perry is on deck. Oh, you got to love double blue uniforms anytime. That's what the Gulls are wearing tonight. Navy with baby blue trim and pinstripes. Here's a roller foul down the third base line, 0-1. Here's a roller back to the mound. Glazner up with that. And the throw over to first is on target and on time for 2 away. Charlie Collins grounds out to the pitcher. And that is 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Coleman Perry, the first baseman, comes to the plate here for Sylvan Lake, with Gavin Galenza on deck. Coleman Perry from American Fork, Utah. Plays at Northwest Nazarene University. And the first pitch right down the pipe for strike one, called 0-1. I got a good buddy from Big Fork, Utah. Just talked to him the other day. Florida Panthers great Bill Lindsay from Big Fork, Utah. I got to check my map and see if that's anywhere near American Fork, Utah. This one high and outside for ball one, 1-1. Wherever you're tuned in from tonight on FloCollege Baseball, let us know. Give us a shout out on Twitter at Rod Peterson. You can reach me here, RODPEDERSEN, high and outside for ball two, 2-1. That's at Rod Peterson on Twitter. Let us know where you're tuned in from and who you're watching. You on Twitter, Jenna? You are? What's your handle? She doesn't remember. You're not active on it, obviously. What's your burner? That's a secret, yeah. 1-2 the count here. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. Oh, sorry, that is strike two. Whoops, got excited there. Yeah. I know what yours is. Yeah, there is one of those. The 2-2 swung on in the air to right. Will Edwards coming under it, and that will retire the side. Coleman Perry flies out to the right fielder. And we'll go to the bottom of the second. Plummer, Phillips, and Swan due up for the Millers. You're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
All right, back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw.
Number 18,
Garen Plummer is the leadoff hitter for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Garen Plummer, Pacey Phillips, and Gary Swan due up for the Millers in this scoreless game. Bottom of the second. Will Edwards, the only man to reach base so far in the game, with a single back in the first inning. Leach's first pitch, fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Garen Plummer, the number 5 hitter. Third in the club in batting average at .349 this season. This one fouled almost straight back. 0-2. Garen Plummer's .349. Batting average is third on the ball club. Still looking for his first home run. This one popped up foul and out of play. 11 RBIs. Struck out 6 times, walked thrice. Garen Plummer at the plate here to lead it off in the Millers' second from Wichita, Kansas. Here's the 0-2. This is tipped. Foul. But caught by the catcher, and he's out for one away. File it as a strikeout, and Pacey Phillips, to the strains of Def Leppard, comes to the plate for the Millers here in the bottom of the second inning. The left fielder out of Kerrobert, who plays at Bismarck State, comes to the plate with 1 out and none on in the bottom of the second. And the first pitch is in for a strike. 0-1. The call from home plate umpire Huck Craig. Gary Swan is on deck. This one low in the dirt, 1-1. Pacey Phillips batting .300 on the season. This is his 15th game of the year out of the Millers' 20. This fastball is inside at the waist for ball 2, 2-1. First at bat of the night for Pacey Phillips, 5'9", 180 out of Kerrobert, as I mentioned. Here's the 2-1. This one fouled off. 2-2. Millers baseball brought to you in part by the Ultimate Fan Zone. Shop Ultimate Fan Zone, your authentic MLB fan store for official jerseys, hats, T-shirts, hoodies, and more. Game day every day at UFZ. Main Street, Moose Jaw. 2-2 the count on Pacey Phillips. None on, 1 out. Bryson Leach looks in and delivers high and outside for ball 3. Full count here on Pacey with Gary Swan on deck. Tried to pop into Ultimate Fan Zone last night, but they were closed ahead of the big Dwight Yoakam Country and Western show last night. This hit in the air to center field. Coming under it for the Gulls, the center fielder Collins for 2 away. Pacey Phillips flies out to center field for 2 away. Yeah, Dwight Yoakam was here last night. The most tickets ever sold for a Moose Jaw concert was for Dwight Yoakam, the 69-year-old country crooner from Pikeville, Kentucky. Everybody's still talking about it today here in the Jaw. What a great show, Dwight Yoakam last night, and brought a lot of folks into the city. Saw a lot of old friends. And again, tried to pop by Ultimate Fan Zone, but it was after hours. Billy had closed up shop. 1-0 the count here on Gary Swan. Make that 1-1. Gary Swan's father, Cliff, in attendance from Peoria, Arizona. Let me know before the game that the rest of the family's coming up tomorrow. Great to know we got some good weather in store for the visitors, including tonight. 23 Celsius at game time, 73 Fahrenheit, and a wind out of the southeast at 16. And as you can see on our FloCollege cameras, pretty clear skies. Fastball low for ball 3, 3-1. Scoreless here in the second, Millers and Gulls. Here's the 3-1 from Bryson Leach. Swung on in the air to right, and coming over to make the catch quick for the Gulls, the right fielder, and that will retire the side, and we will go to the third. Scoreless, Millers and Gulls here on FloCollege Baseball. Back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, top of the third, we go. Gavin Galenza, Reese Sherman, and Michael Quick are due up for the Gulls. The 7, 8, 9 hitters. Fans having a great time at Roswell's Park tonight, and you can too. 7:05 first pitch tomorrow. Millers and Gulls will do it all over again. Get here early. Don't get jammed up in the minute muffler break and wheel ticket window. 7:05 Millers and Gulls will do it again Friday night here in Moose Jaw. Gavin Galenza, the designated hitter, will lead it off here in the third for the Gulls. Solidly built designated hitter. Out of Camrose, Alberta, first pitch popped up towards first. Gavin Plummer comes along that, right along the first base line to make the catch, and Gavin Galenza flies out to the first baseman to open the third. And the catcher, Reese Sherman, comes to the plate for Sylvan. Reese Sherman, the catcher out of Meade, Washington. And he plays collegiately at Gonzaga University in Spokane. Takes the first pitch in for strike one, 0-1. Jacob Glazer, thanks to this sterling outing tonight, is now the league leader in strikeouts. Not slowing down. The 0-1. Ripped in the air to left. Pacey Phillips back, and he makes the leaping catch in left field for 2 away. Reese Sherman lines out to the left fielder, and that's 2 away here in the top of the third inning. The right fielder, number 44, Michael Quick, comes to the plate for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. He is the number 9 hitter. Elias Duncan is on deck for Sylvan. First pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. Michael Quick out of Oshawa, Ontario, the Toronto suburb. curveball outside for ball one. 1-1. Michael Quick plays at Bradley University. The 1-1. Another curve outside for ball two. 2-1. Here's a roller towards second. Ben Wallachek up with that. And the throw over to first is in time. Michael Quick grounds out to the second baseman, and that's 3 away. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Due up, Rego, Wallachek, and Soto were scoreless in Moose Jaw on FloCollege Baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Grow and to create new memories. .ca.
All right, back in Moose Jaw. Michael Rego will lead it off here for the Millers in their half of the third inning. Michael Rego, the proud Italian from Bensonville, Illinois. Senior at St. Ambrose University, Michael Rego will lead it off here for the Millers. The number 8 hitter, Ben Wallachek, is on deck here for Moose Jaw. The hard-throwing Bryson Leach working into the third here for the visiting Gulls. Will Edwards has the only hit off him tonight. First pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Another fastball, 0-2. Talked about our friends we saw, the big Dwight Yoakam Country and Western show last night. A lot of folks said they came in the morning, spent the day in Moose Jaw. This one popped up in the infield. Joey Marino, the second baseman, drops back into the shallow right field to make the catch for one away. Mike Rego flies out to the second baseman to open the Millers' third. Ben Wallachek comes to the plate here. There's a lot of things to do in Moose Jaw. Spend a day, trolley tours, tunnels of Moose Jaw, wonderful shopping, great restaurants, Temple Gardens Mineral Spa. Great place to come spend a day or a weekend. Here's our roller, a one hopper toward third. And no, off the bag was Perry, the first baseman. And Ben Wallachek legs it out. He is safe with a leadoff single here in the bottom of the third inning. And we'll go to the top of the order. Thomas Soto will lead it off to a big ovation here. Fan favorite. Thomas Soto out of the University of Texas at Dallas. The league stolen base leader, Thomas Soto, comes to the plate with one out and one on here in the Millers' third. Runner goes. Here's the throw down to second, and Wallachek is safe with the slide. 13th stolen base for Ben on the season. Long ways to go to catch the speedy Thomas Soto. Leads the league with 22, but Ben Wallachek is a menace on the base paths. Here's the 1-0. High and outside for ball two, 2-0. Soto's 70 runs scored last season were a WCBL record. Fastball inside for ball 3, 3-0. Will Edwards leads the club in walks drawn with 16. Soto's right behind him with 15. 3-1 the count here on Thomas. Switch hitter hitting from the left side of the plate. Here's the 3-1. This one laced a liner to second, climbing the ladder and stepping on the bag is the second baseman Joey Marino for an unassisted double play. And that will end the inning. And we'll go to the fourth, scoreless Millers and Gulls here on FloCollege Baseball. All right, back here in Moose Jaw, scoreless into the fourth inning. The visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls and the hometown Moose Jaw Miller Express. Top of the order we go, Elias Duncan, Maddox Shaver, and Joey Marino. The batting order here for the visiting Gulls. James, check your phone. First pitch swinging, popped up in the infield. Ben Wallachek waves everybody off, and he'll make the catch. Elias Duncan leads it off by popping up and flying out to the second baseman, Ben Wallachek, for one away here in the top of the fourth inning. Maddox Shaver, the third baseman, comes to the plate here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Maddox Shaver struck out back in the first and his only other at-bat. Facing Jacob Glazner here. First pitch swinging, fouled straight back. Strike one, 0-1. Curveball from Glazner drops in there for strike two, 0-2. Mentioned they got a doubleheader on the go in Swift Current. The 57s leading the opener 4-2 over the Regina Red Sox in the seventh. And they'll play the back end right after. This one outside for ball 1-1-2. Okotoks Dogs have a 1-0 lead at Fort McMurray in the third. And the Lethbridge Bulls a 2-0 lead over the Energy City Cactus Rats, second inning at Spitz Stadium in Lethbridge. This one fouled off. 0-2. Maddox Shaver stays alive. Maddox Shaver out of Belleville, Ontario, plays at Kaiser University. One and two the count here on Maddox Shaver, the third baseman. Joey Marino is on deck. Glazner changing the sign from Gary Swan. The 1-2 off-speed pitch is swung on and popped up in foul territory. Oh, just inside the first base line. Garen Plummer makes the catch for 2 away. Maddox Shaver flies out to the first baseman, and that's 2 away. Joey Marino has made some stellar plays at second base tonight. Comes to the plate here for Sylvan in the top of the fourth with 2 away. Change up is in for strike one, 0-1. Glazner brought his stuff tonight to the ballpark. In his 6th start of the season for Jacob. Here's a roller towards short. Thomas Soto up with that. Routine play for Thomas. And the throw over is in time, and that'll retire the side, and we'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Still scoreless in Moose Jaw. Franks, Edwards, and Signs due up for the Millers here on FloCollege Baseball.
Leading off for the Miller Express, number 4, Chris Franks.
Chris Franks will lead it off here for the Millers in the bottom of the fourth inning. The league RBI leader grounded out to second base back in the first. Takes the first pitch high and outside for ball 1-0. You want to know why the Millers are within striking distance of first with a 12-7 record? A big reason is the offense led by this guy, Chris Franks, who fouls this off 1-1. Out of Wooster, Ohio, what a first year he's had. He's undoubtedly going to be named one of the 6 Millers All-Stars, which we should be getting that announcement real shortly from WCBL headquarters in Lethbridge. It's always fun to guess who they will be, but not as much fun as finding out who it is. This one fouled straight back. And 1-2 is the count here on Chris Franks. This one in the dirt from Bryson Leach. 2-2 is the count. Make that 3-2. Bryson Leach out of Maple Valley, Washington. And another Gull out of Gonzaga University. Full count here on Chris Franks. And this one fouled off. Franks stays alive. Here's a roller foul down the first baseline. Barehanded by the assistant coach, Michael Hunt. Frank stays alive at 3-2. William Edwards is on deck here for the Millers in this scoreless game. Bottom of the fourth inning. A defensive struggle. Fastball from Leach is low for a ball, and Chris Franks is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the fourth inning. And William Edwards comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. He has singled, and his only other at-bat was left on base back in the first inning. 1 on, none out here. Fastball from Leach is in the dirt. 1-0. Mentioned tonight, Jacob Glazner's taken over the league lead in strikeouts. Weston Walls right behind him on the team stats list with 33. Braden Stewart leads the Gulls in strikeouts with 25. This pitch in for strike one, called 1-1. Millers baseball brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers, Bugsy's Irish Pub in the Town and Country Mall, EMJ Marketing, and the Moose Jaw Warriors. 2026-27 Warriors season tickets are on sale now. Will tries to lay down a bunt foul, 1-2. It was nice being in the home of the Warriors last night. It'll be a while before they're skating in there, but that's where the big Dwight Yoakam Country and Western show was last night. It's always fun to go in there and admire the banners, retired uniforms. 1-2 the count here on Will Edwards. Another pickoff attempt, and back safely is Franks. Here is a roller towards third, and Will Edwards is safe at first. There was no throw. Counted a single for Will. To second goes Chris Franks. And with none out, the Millers have 2 on here in the fourth. And the designated hitter, Eduardo Saenz, comes to the plate here for the Millers. Wow, and home plate umpire Huck Craig just called a balk. Feel like almost nobody in the ballpark saw it, and Leach, the Gulls starting pitcher, can't believe it. Nor can the Gulls head coach Matt Hape, who has come out of the dugout for a word with Huck Craig. Chris Franks awarded third. Will Edwards goes to second, and now the Millers have runners in scoring position with none out. Eduardo Saenz struck out back in the first inning. He's at the plate here now, takes the first pitch outside for ball one, 1-0. By the way, as we're sitting here talking about Miller League leaders, Weston Walls leads the league in innings pitched with 32 and 2/3 innings. We'll see if we get a look at him tomorrow night when these two teams do it again. 2-0 the count here on Eduardo Saenz. 7:05 first pitch here at Roswell's Park. Friday night, would love to see at the ballpark. Looks like it'll be another beautiful night for baseball as summer settles in here on the prairies. The 2-0, this one caught the inside edge of the strike zone. 2-1. This one fouled back by Laredo, Texas product Eduardo Sainz. 2-2. The 2-2, here is a chopper towards third. Throw over to first is in time, but it scores a run. Eduardo Sainz is thrown out at first, officially grounds out to the third baseman, but Chris Frank scores, and the Millers are on the board. 1-0. To third goes Will Edwards. And Garen Plummer, the first baseman, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw in the bottom of the fourth inning, now leading 1-0. And it's a fastball low and away for ball 1-0. This one fouled off by Guerin. 1-1. He struck out back to lead off the second inning. Sylvan Lake here tonight and Friday, and then the Millers go into Regina Saturday, visit the Saskatoon Berries Sunday, and then back home for 4 in a row. This one popped up, fouled, and out of play. And that will be kicked off on Tuesday when the Medicine Hat Mavericks come to town for a pair, including a Canada Day match. Jenna's favorite game of the year, right, Jenna? It's when she sings the anthem to herself. Here's a roller that'll get through and score a run. Garen Plummer with a run-scoring single. William Edwards scores, and the Millers go up 2-0 here in the fourth inning. That'll bring a mound visit from the Sylvan Lake head coach. And we'll step back a moment. 2-0 now, Millers in the fourth on FloCollege baseball. Got you.
Moose Jaw Co-op 50/50, now over $800. See Karen selling in the stands. Number 9, Pacey Phillips.
Bryson Leach says he's fine. There's no action in the Gulls bullpen. Pacey Phillips comes to the plate for the Millers here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out and 1 on, and they've put 2 up on the board here already. First pitch is in high for ball 1-1-0. For those scoring at home, Ben Wallachek has been credited with a single back in the third inning. Initially, if you're following along at WCBL baseball, was scored an error. Here's a roller to short. Second to first in time, and the Gulls turn a double. And that will end any threat, and we'll go to the bottom of the fourth with Moose Jaw leading 2-0 here on FloCollege baseball.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Back in Canada's most notorious city, Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Cooper Szyzelski, Charlie Collins, and Coleman Perry are due up here for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls in their road navy double blue uniforms. Whoever came up with this color scheme, bravo. Cooper Szyzelski flied out to the left fielder back in the second inning in his only other at bat. Cooper Szyzelski out of Monument, Colorado. First pitch swinging in the air to center field, and Chris Franks makes the leaping catch. Now listen, it's been a great defensive effort by Jacob Glazner on the mound dealing tonight, but he has had a lot of help out in the field as well. Acrobatic plays by Chris Franks, and last inning Pacey Phillips helping out the cause of Jacob Glazner here tonight. It has been a thing of beauty watching this Millers team come together this season, playing for each other and putting wins on the board. Charlie Collins at the plate, the center fielder for the Gulls. First pitch swinging. Here's a roller coming out from behind home plate to make the play is Gary Swan. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Charlie Collins, I guess, officially grounds out to the catcher. And that's 2 away here in the fifth. And a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count on Coleman Perry, the first baseman. From Northwest Nazarene University, Coleman Perry flied out to the right fielder back in the second inning. This one is fouled back and out of play. 0-2 the count. There's a roller into the hole at short. Thomas Soto up with that. And his throw over is on target and on time, and that will retire the side. Coleman Perry grounds out to the shortstop, and we'll go to the bottom of the fifth now. Gary Swan, Michael Rago, and Ben Wallachek due up for the Millers. 2-0 now. Moose Jaw leads at Roswells Park on FloCollege Baseball. Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. Bottom of the fifth we go. Bryson Leach still on the mound for the Gulls, and a defensive gem for both starting pitchers here tonight. Gary Swan will lead it off for Moose Jaw out of Peoria, Arizona. Gary Swan, Michael Rego, and Ben Wallachek due up here for the Millers in their half of the fifth. First pitch swinging in the air to right. And coming over to make the play is Michael Quick for one away. Gary Swan flies out to lead off the Millers' fifth to the right fielder.
Number 11, Michael Rego.
Michael Rego comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. 5'10", 180 out of Bensonville, Illinois. He's been pretty much in every game player for the Millers. He's appeared in 16 of the club's 20 games. First pitch swinging here down the right field line, and coming over to make the catch is Coleman Perry, the first baseman, and that's two away. Michael Rego flies out to the first baseman. And the always entertaining Ben Wallachek comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw in the bottom of the fifth. Ben credited with a single in his only other plate trip back in the third inning. Initially, it was scored an error. They've changed that. And Wichita, Kansas's Ben Wallachek at the plate here for Moose Jaw. Second-year Miller. Takes the first pitch in for strike one, called 0-1. Ben's appeared in every one of the Millers games this year, batting .283. Here's a roller to short. And again, Wallachek is safe at first. Single there, James? Yeah.
Number 22, Thomas.
Top of the order we go. Thomas Soto comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Thomas uncharacteristically 0 for 2 at the plate tonight. He has struck out and lined out to the second baseman, and all that means is he's due. 2 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the fifth. Thomas Soto at the plate. Pickoff attempt. Wallachek back just in time. Bryson Leach has read the book on Ben Wallachek. He is always a threat to steal. And this one swung on high in the air to shallow left field. And coming in to make the catch is Cooper Sazelski, and that will end the inning as Thomas Soto flies out to the left fielder. And we will go to the sixth with the Millers leading 2-0. Galenza, Sherman, and Quick due up for the Gulls. This is WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Grow and to create new memories. Access sales at accessstorage.ca.
Leading off for Sylvan Lake, number 33, Gavin Galenza.
Gavin Galenza, the designated hitter, will lead it off here for the Gulls. In the top of the sixth inning, Gavin Galenza, the DH. Reese Sherman and Michael Quick due up for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls, who come in here on the heels of a 15-7 win at Swift Current in their last game. Put them at 13-6, third in the West. Jacob Glazner working into the 6th for the Millers. First pitch is in for strike one, called 0-1. Glazner now the league leader in strikeouts. By virtue of his efforts here tonight, he is dialed in. Gavin Galenza flied out to the first baseman. Back in the third, his only other at bat tonight. Off-speed pitch is tipped foul, 0-2. No need for the lights yet here at Ross Wells Park tonight. Pretty much a perfect summer night here in the Band City. 0-2 the count on Gavin Galenza. From Camrose, Alberta. This one inside for ball 1, 1-2. Gavin Galenza plays at that baseball hotbed of the University of Alabama at Huntsville. Here's a liner back to the mound. It'll get past Glazner, and that's the first hit of the ball game for the Gulls. It comes here in the 6th inning. A leadoff single for Gavin Galenza. As Jacob Glazner swats his glove. Not happy with himself. Yeah, he was coming with some heat. Reese Sherman at the plate here, the catcher for the Gulls, with one on and none out in the 6th. He lined out to left. Pops up here behind home plate. Gary Swan will track it and make the catch for one away. Reese Sherman flies out to the catcher. And that'll bring to the plate the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, number 44, Michael Quick. From Bradley University is Michael Quick, heading from the left side of the plate against the lefty Glazner here. Curveball is got away from Glazner outside and wild, and to second goes Gavin Galenza. Miller's Baseball brought to you by Boston Pizza, Made in Thatcher, 54 Dental, and Canadian Tire Moose Jaw. 1-0 the count here on the right fielder, Michael Quick. Here's a liner down towards first. Garen Plummer up with that, steps on the bag for 2 away. Michael Quick grounds out to the first baseman. And that's 2 away as we go to the top of the order. And the shortstop, Elias Duncan, comes to the plate here for Sylvan Lake, the reigning WCBL West Division pennant winners. Fell in a thrilling league final, 3-game best-of-3 series against the Regina Red Sox. This first pitch right down the middle for strike one, called 0-1. 2-0 Miller's lead here in the 6th. 2 out and a runner at third with Elias Duncan at the plate. This one is inside for ball 1, 1-1. Curveball in for strike 2, 1-2. Maddox Shaver at the plate here. Actually, check that. Elias Duncan, swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. Elias Duncan strikes out, and that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Chris Franks, Will Edwards, and Eduardo Sainz due up for Moose Jaw, who has a 2-0 lead here on FloCollege Baseball. Back at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, 2-0 the Millers lead. Bryson Leach going into the 6th for the Gulls, their starting pitcher, as the lights come on here at Roswell's Park. Chris Franks, the WCBL RBI leader, will lead it off in the Millers' 6th. Will Edwards and Eduardo Sainz due up here for the home side, who are after their 13th victory of the season. Number 2 in the power rankings are the Millers, by the way, in the most recent rankings that came out on Monday, courtesy Fortis, Alberta. First pitch swinging by Franks high down the third base line, and the catch, was it made? Yes. Wow, what a catch made by the third baseman, Shaver. Chris Franks flies out to the third baseman. How about that? One away here in the bottom of the 6th. William Edwards, the right fielder, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw. Will has a pair of singles tonight and scored a run. And this one hitting a hole into left field. Make that 3 singles for Will Edwards tonight, as he has found his stroke, going 3 for 3. And Eduardo Sainz, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. Out of West Texas A&M, Eduardo Sainz. He was inserted in the lineup last week. He has not come out, batting .471 in his 4 games coming into tonight. First pitch swinging, and that one took a dip. Gets past the third baseman, Shaver, and Will Edwards is safe at third with the slide. A 1-out single for Eduardo Sainz places runners on the corners, with Garen Plummer coming to the plate here for Moose Jaw in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Millers looking to add to their 2-0 lead. Garen Plummer, the senior, out of Fairleigh Dickinson University. And no action in the Gulls bullpen here, with 1 on and runners on the corners. Check swing from Sainz. Strike 1 called. And here's a roller towards short. Backhanded stab. Not in time. It's a run-scoring single by Garen Plummer as Will Edwards comes home. And it's 3-0 Millers here in the 6th. And when you hear Def Leppard, that means Pacey Phillips is coming to the plate but not before we got another mound visit for the visiting Gulls. And we'll step back a minute. 3-0 Millers in the 6th here on FloCollege Baseball.
Number 9, Pacey Phillips.
Okay, Pacey Phillips at the plate here for Moose Jaw. Runners at first and second and one out. And the Millers up 3-0. Bryson Leach, the Gulls starter, still in here in the 6th inning. And this first pitch is at the letters for ball 1, 1-0. Pacey flied out to the center fielder, grounded out to short into a double play back in his last time up. This is fouled down the third base line narrowly by Pacey Phillips. And the Millers will host the Gulls in a pair tonight and tomorrow here at Roswells Park, into Regina Saturday, into Saskatoon Sunday, and then back home to begin a 4-game homestand next Tuesday with Medicine Hat in town for the first time. Here's the 1-1 on Pacey Phillips outside for ball 2, 2-1. If you're coming to a game, make sure to pick up a Millers magnetic schedule at the ticket window. It's presented by Ottawa Real Estate, Roto's Pizza, Heartland Financial, Moose Jaw Toyota. The 2-1 swung on to short, underhanded toss to second, throw to first is in time, and the Gulls pull off another double play. And that'll get them out of the jam, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th, with the Millers leading at 3-0 here on FloCollege Baseball. Back at Roswells Park in Moose Jaw, top 7. We go Maddox Shaver, Joey Marino, Cooper Sizelski. Due up for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls here, who trail 3-0 now as we go to the 7th. Jacob Glazner, the big lefty, having quite an outing here for the Millers. He has taken over the league's strikeout lead here tonight. 6'2", 185 from Apache Junction, Arizona. Facing off against the third baseman, Maddox Shaver. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Glazner making his 6th start. He's got a 4-1 record, 10.17 ERA. outside with this offering, 1-1. If I had to guess the Millers All-Stars, I'm not going to be able to guess them all, but Glazner would be 1, Weston Walls, Chris Franks. That's 3. Nathan Pigio, says Jenna from the Peanut Gallery. William Edwards, and let's throw a Thomas Soto in there. That's her fantasy roster, she says. This one caught the outside edge of the plate for strike 2, called 2-2. That would make a hat trick of all-star nods for Thomas Soto. Well, we've named it. We don't need to hear from the league now. The 2-2, high for ball 3. Full count here on the leadoff hitter, Maddox Shaver, who has struck out and flied out to the first baseman here tonight. Off-speed pitch, got him swinging, and a leadoff strikeout for Maddox Shaver. Joey Marino will come to the plate, the second baseman, with Cooper Sizelski on deck. Unofficially 4 strikeouts tonight for Jacob Glazner to add to his league-leading total. Curveball in for ball 1, 1-0. We're at the top of the 7th with the Millers up 3-0. Word is getting around. This is one heck of a ball club in Moose Jaw this year under first-year skipper Michael Gonzalez, the man they call Gonzo, out of Secaucus, New Jersey. Nice movement on that curve for strike 2, called 1-2. We're only a month into the season, but almost officially 1 month. Coach of the Year might be residing right here in Moose Jaw. Outside for ball 2, 2-2. This one hit in the air to right. Will Edwards back will make the catch for 2 away. The defense continues to help out Jacob Glazner here tonight. Joey Marino flies out to the right fielder for 2 away, and the left fielder Cooper Sizelski will come to the plate here for the Gulls, with now 2 out in the top of the 7th. Great crowd here tonight at Roswells Park, and they can appreciate a defensive effort. First pitch fouled back and out of play by Sizelski, 0-1. Cooper Sizelski tonight, the Monument Colorado product, has flied out to the left fielder, flied out to center. He's 0 for 2. Inside for a ball, 1-1, that offering from Glazner. Been talking a lot about the All-Star game. All-Star festivities moved to Saskatoon this year. This one ripped in the air, deep left field, back and gone. A solo home run for Cooper Sizelski. That's number 2 on the year for Sizelski, and the first run on the board for the visiting Gulls here tonight. A no-doubter pretty much from contact, and it's now 3-1 Millers in the 7th. And with 2 out, Charlie Collins, the center fielder, comes to the plate here for Sylvan. Now they're in flight, trailing just 3-1. Fastball from Glazner is in for a strike, 0-1. Charlie Collins from Melbourne, Australia.
RBC Royal Big Bingo has been won. RBC Royal Big Bingo has been won.
Strike 3 call. Charlie Collins goes down looking, and that will retire the side, but not before the shutout bid is broken, courtesy the solo home run by Cooper Sazelski. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th with the Millers up 3-1. Swan, Rago, and Wallachuk due up for the home side. You're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Bottom of the 7th with the Millers up 3-1 on the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. Gary Swan, Michael Rago, and Ben Wallachuk due up for the Millers here, who are after their 13th win of the season in their 20th game. And the fastball from Bryson Leach is in for strike 1, called 0-1. Millers Baseball brought to you by Tim Hortons, Ottawa Real Estate, and Moose Jaw Funeral Home. Swing and a miss from Gary Swan, 0-2. As I mentioned, his father Cliff in attendance from Peoria, Arizona, and it was nice to have him come up and say hey before the game. I would hope the families and parents do so when they're in town. This one outside for ball 1, 1-2. He's coming to town at a good time, and he's going to catch some great ballparks. Cliff Swan on this little roadie for him. A couple of Miller games at home, and then Regina Saturday, Saskatoon Sunday. Strike 3 called, and Gary Swan goes down looking for one away here in the 7th. Bryson Leach pitching into the 7th for the visitors from Maple Valley, Washington. Quality start for Bryson Leach. Michael Rago, the third baseman, comes to the plate here for Moose Jaw with one away in the 7th. Miller's up 3-1. Wild with the first delivery, ball 1. Michael Rago has flied out to the second baseman, flied out to first. This is his third at bat tonight. Inside for ball 2, 2-0. This one hit in left center field, and the catch is made at the knees by the left fielder Cooper Sazelski for 2 away. Michael Rago lines out to the left fielder. Again, we're seeing some good defensive efforts from both sides here tonight, and it's accounted for a low-scoring game. 3-1 Millers in the 7th as Ben Wallachuk comes to the plate for the first time. He's got a couple of singles to show for his efforts tonight. The number 9 hitter shows a bunt for the first pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Ben Wallachuk out of Missouri Western. tags this one into right field. He's around first. And Ben Wallachek is safe at second with a stand-up double. Brought to you by SaskTel SecureTech. Don't let anybody steal home on you. Check out SaskTel SecureTech for the best home security options. Ben Wallachek ate his Wheaties this morning. He's 3 for 3 at the plate, a pair of singles and now a double. And we go to the top of the order with Thomas Soto coming to the plate here for the Millers with 2 out and a runner at second. Soto 0 for 3 at the plate here tonight. As we say, all that means is he's due. First pitch is inside for ball 1, 1-0. And this one hit Thomas, I believe. Looks like it did. Tough way to get on base, but Thomas will take it. He's away to first, and now the Millers have runners at first and second with 2 out here in the 7th, and Chris Franks will come to the plate. What a time for Chris Franks to send 2 home, the WCBL RBI leader. By the way, we mentioned a doubleheader going on in Swift Current. The 57s have upended the Regina Red Sox in the opener 4-2. Swift Current beating Regina 4-2 at Mitchell Field. Red Sox now have a 1-0 lead in the nightcap in the bottom of the first. Okotoks out to a big 8-0 lead at Fort Mac in the 5th. And Lethbridge a 3-0 home lead over Energy City in the 6th at Spitz Stadium. 1-1 the count on the left-handing hitting center fielder Chris Franks. Fastball outside for ball 2, 2-1. This one ripped down the first base line. Fair. I'd hate to say we called it, but we did. Ben Wallachek scores. Thomas Soto scores. And it's a 2-run triple here in the 7th for the Millers.
Number 27, William Edward.
Boy, Chris Franks has been a one-man wrecking crew at the plate for the Moose Jaw Miller Express this season. And as the Millers go up 5-1, we've got a pitching change for Sylvan Lake. Trailing 5-1 in the 7th. We'll be back in a moment to the Moose Jaw Millers. You're watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
number 27, William Edwards.
Pitching change for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls. Number 13, Ramses Guerra has come in to spell off the starter Bryson Leach. For Leach, he went 6 2/3, allowed 5 runs on 10 hits, unofficially struck out 3. And Ramsey Guerrera comes in here for the Gulls, trailing 5-1 in the 7th. 2 out, 1 on for the hometown Millers. Chris Edwards is at the plate here, the right fielder. This one right down the pipe for strike 2 called, 1-2. Will Edwards at the plate. Eduardo Saenz is on deck. As I mentioned, words getting around. The Millers got a hot ball club, including an 8-game win streak, which just ended last week. This one tagged in the air to left center field. Cooper Szyzelski comes in to make the catch and end the inning, but not before the Millers have added to their lead. 5-1, they lead Sylvan as we go to the 8th, and due up for the visitors, Coleman Perry, Gavin Galenza, and Reese Shearman. And you are watching WCBL Baseball on FloCollege.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus a WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca.
Pitching change for the Millers as we go to the 8th. Jacob Quiles has come into the game for the Millers. The veteran out of Wallkill, New York, coming in after a sterling outing for Jacob Glazner here tonight. Unofficially 7 innings pitched. Gave up 1 run on 2 hits, struck out 5, giving him the league lead in that category, and walked none. Jacob Quiles comes on in the 8th. With the Millers up 5-1. A howdy to Kip Ransom. Appreciate you tuning in tonight from Lincoln, Nebraska. Kip Ransom, the father of Cade Ransom, the Millers' designated hitter. Kip says he's watching, said he found a ball in his front yard. He believes it was the home run Caden hit against the Berries Monday night. That kid's got some power and a 1,000-watt personality. Caden Ransom getting the night off here tonight for Moose Jaw. Best seat in the house for a 5-1 Millers lead. Outside for ball 3, 3-0 here on Coleman Perry. Coleman Perry at the plate. Gavin Galenza and Reese Shearman due up for Moose Jaw in this, or for Sylvan in this 5-1 Moose Jaw lead. This one in for strike 1 called, 3-1. Leadoff walk drawn by Coleman Perry here in the 8th.
Number 33, Gavin Galenza.
The designated hitter, Gavin Galenza, will come to the plate here for Sylvan. Gavin Galenza tonight is flied out to the first baseman and singled. He was left on base back in the 6th. Lights on here at Roswell's Park in the 8th inning, as we just passed the summer solstice. Still going to be light out for quite some time here in this great Saskatchewan summer. 1-0 the count here on Gavin Galenza. Throw over. And Coleman Perry back in time. Gavin Galenza from Camrose, Alberta, out of the University of Alabama at Huntsville. Looking at a 1-0 count. Achilles delivers well outside. Ball 2, and to second goes Coleman Perry. And the boys come in for a word to settle down Jacob Keelays here. You can see a 5-1 lead evaporate in a hurry in this league. Out comes Huck Craig to bust it up. Gavin Galenza at the plate here for the Gulls. Reese Sherman is on deck. Runner at second now for the visitors, and none away. Fastball in for strike 1, 2-1. The count here on Galenza. Miller's Baseball brought to you by Roto's Pizza, Deja Vu Cafe, and Culligan Water, the official water supplier of the Moose Jaw Millers. High for ball 3, 3-1. Went to Deja Vu for the first time this week. Yeah. I didn't have a milkshake, but I had my favorite maple bacon ranch wings and honey mustard, and it was well worth it. The 3-1 swung on right up the middle. That hit Keelays. Can he field it? Got him. Jordy Dwyer, the first place umpire, with the call. Jacob Keelays helping out his own cause. Gavin Galenza grounds out to the pitcher for 1 away. To third goes Coleman Perry, however. And Reese Sherman comes to the plate here for the Gulls in the 8th. The catcher out of Meade, Washington, Reese Sherman at the plate for the third time tonight. He is lined out to left and flied out to the catcher. Slider from Keelays is in for strike 1. Called 0-1. Fastball outside for ball 1, 1-1. Gulls and Millers will do it again Friday night here. 7:05 first pitch. Would love to see it at the ballpark. Capping this homestand, curveball inside for ball 3. Sorry, ball 2, 2-1. It was quite an outing the last time we were here on Tuesday. We got 2 outs away from getting the game in before the rain hit, and we just couldn't continue. Not sure about Gonzo, but the Regina skipper, Ryan Pathakos, was all right with suspending it. They'll finish that at a later date. The 3-1 high for ball 4, and the Gulls have runners on the corners here as Michael Quick, the number 9 hitter, comes to the plate here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Strike one called by home plate umpire Huck Craig. One out now, and runners on the corners here. Miller's leading 5-1. Jacob Keeley's on in relief here in the 8th. And this one hit the batter. And the Gulls have the bases loaded here in the top of the 8th inning. Michael Quick, a hit batsman. To second goes Reese Sherman. Gavin Galenza, Coleman Perry is at third. Michael Gonzalez comes out for a word here, and we're going to make a pitching change. And we will step back. Pitching change for CNS Builders. 5-1 Millers in the 8th here on FloCollege Baseball. All right, Nathan Peugeot has come into the game for the Millers here in the 8th. Bases loaded for the visiting Sylvan Lake Gulls, and they got a pitch hitter. Number 12, Tylen Graves, has come in the number 1 spot. Pinch hitting for Elias Duncan with the bases loaded. And the first pitch from Peugeot is high and outside for ball 1. How about this? The tying run is at the plate with the bases loaded here, and the Millers up 5-1. 1-0 the count on Tylen Graves. This one outside for a ball 2, 2-0. As Peugeot kicks at the dirt. Not happy with himself. He is a reigning all-star, Nathan Peugeot. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings in a relief role this season with a 3.24 ERA and 3 saves. This one outside for ball 3, 3-0. Tylen Graves at the plate for the Gulls out of Bartlett, Tennessee. Draws the 4-pitch walk. That'll force in a run. Coleman Perry scores. And Tylen Graves is aboard. And the bases loaded as number 7, another pinch hitter, John Boy Rittenhouse, comes to the plate here for the Gulls. It's a wild pitch from Peugeot. Runner stays at third, however. John Boy Rittenhouse is at the plate here as Jeff Freeborn comes out for a word with his young reliever. We'll pause a moment. 5-2 now, the Millers lead in the 8th on FloCollege Baseball. Pinch hitter John Boy Rittenhouse at the plate here for the Sylvan Lake Gulls. 1 out, bases loaded. They trail now by 3. And this one is low for ball 2, 2-0. 6 straight balls thrown by Pacio since coming into the game in this relief role. Local Moose Jaw kid. Swing and a miss from Rittenhouse. 2-1. Nathan Pacio now out of Bethany Lutheran College in Minnesota. The 2-1 outside for ball 3 with a fastball. A walk drawn by Rittenhouse. And that will plate Reese Sherman. It's a 5-3. Miller's lead now with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the lead's been cut to 5-3 Millers. Joey Marino, the second baseman, comes to the plate here for the Gulls. First pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Two and 0. That one piped down the middle for strike 1, called 2-1 on Joey Marino. Fourth at bat for him. He's grounded out to the shortstop twice and flied out to right field. 0 for 3 at the plate is Joey Marino tonight. And this one right down the middle for strike 2, called 2-2 as Pacio gets into a groove here. Off-speed pitch is outside for ball 3, 3-2. Big pitch coming here. Bases loaded, 1 out, and a full count on the batter, Joey Marino. This one fouled off and out of play. Marino stays alive. The second baseman out of Surrey, BC, who plays at Cloud County Community College. Fastball in the dirt, ball 4. And that'll force in another run. Michael Quick scores. A 3-run 8th continues here for the Gulls. Bases loaded, and Cooper Szyzelski, the left fielder, comes to the plate here. 3 straight walks issued. And the left fielder, Cooper Szyzelski, is at the plate here. Tonight he has flied out to left and center and homered. Off-speed pitch, swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt for ball 1, 1-1. Great work by Gary Swan to get in front of that. Well, his father Cliff up from Peoria, Arizona. Cliff Swan, and what a ball game it's turned into. A nail biter. Here is a roller to short. Soto up with that. Tuwalachuk at second. Throw to first. They turn the double. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Millers up 5-4 here on FloCollege Baseball. Has turned into a cliffhanger here at Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw. Bottom of the 8th, we go. Due up for the Millers, Eduardo Saenz, Garen Plummer, and Pacey Phillips. The once 5-1 lead has been trimmed to 5-4. And on the mound, Ramses Guerrera for the Gulls here. Trying to do his part and help a big comeback here tonight for the visitors. Eduardo Saenz, the DH. Number 4 hitter comes to the plate here to lead off the Millers' 8th. Right down the middle with this one, 0-1. Eduardo Saenz tonight has struck out, grounded out to third, and singled. The 0-1 is in there for strike 2, called 0-2 here on Eduardo. Ramses Guerrera out of Panama, and he plays at Faulkner University. And a swing and a miss, and down goes Saenz, a leadoff strikeout. And Garen Plummer will come to the plate here for Moose Jaw. 1 out now in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Millers' lead is 5-4. Ramses Guerrera is a normal starter for the Gulls. He started 2 games this year. This pitch fouled back and out of play by Garen Plummer. 0-1. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings in a starter's role tonight, has Ramses Guerrera. It's an 0-1 ledger. This one is inside for ball 1, 1-1 on Garen. Garen Plummer comes to the Millers from Wichita, Kansas. First year here in the Band City, looking at a 1-1 count. And this one fouled out of play. Off Caribou Street, 1-2. Fastball outside for ball 2, 2-2. This one laced in the air to left center field. Cooper Sizalski over to make the catch in left. Garen Plummer lines out to the left fielder. And that's 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Fans glued to their seats here at Roswell's Park as the Gulls have come to life here in the late innings. And Pacey Phillips, the left fielder, comes to the plate here. With the Millers down to 2 outs here and none on in the bottom of the 8th. The lead is 5-4. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. One and 1 the count here on Pacey, who is 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. This one got a bat on it, fouled down the third base line and out of play. Not playable. 1-2 the count here on Pacey Phillips. Gary Swan is on deck. 5-4 Millers lead in the 8th. Ramses Guerrera pitching well here in the relief role. The 1-2. Swung on, and that'll get through for a base hit into left for Pacey Phillips. So that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 8, Gary Swan. He is 0 for 3 at the plate tonight. I mean, the line isn't going to look great for Bryson Leach, the starting pitcher for the Gulls, but he was on fire through really the first 5 innings, including retiring Gary Swan in his first 3 at-bats. The 1-0 is fouled off and down the right field line and out of play. 1-1 the count here on Gary Swan. Out of Peoria, Arizona, a teammate of Nathan Pijot's at Bethany Lutheran College. Here's the 1-1. Hit in the air to left center field. Cooper Zazelski comes over to make the catch on that, and that will end the inning as Gary Swan flies out to the left fielder. We'll go to the top of the 9th with the Millers up 5-4 and due up for the visitors Charlie Collins, Coleman Perry, and Gavin Galenza. 5-4 Millers after 8 here on FloCollege Baseball. Millers Baseball brought to you by Stringham Law, Hawks Agro, Partners in Agriculture, Molson Breweries, and Elk Ridge Glass. We know glass. Give them a call at 631-0883. Nathan Pijot on the mound looking to close this thing out. And for the Millers, notch their 13th win of the season. If they did, that would match these goals for wins. The Sylvan Lake comes in 13-6, third place in the West. Another pinch hitter here for the Gulls in the late innings. Number 9, Bryce Turner comes from Patriot, Indiana. The leadoff hitter. Where's number 9? Bryce Turner. First pitch in for strike 1 called. 0-1 on Turner. From Patriot, Indiana, plays at the University of Cumberland's. Gulls have a few players from that school. 0-1 the count. Curveball is outside for a ball. 1-1-1. High and inside for ball 2, 2-1. Nathan Pijot looking for his 4th save of the year. That off-speed pitch is in for strike 2, called 2-2. Bryce Turner at the plate for the Gulls in a pitch hitting role here. Down just a run here in the top of the 9th. Swing and a miss. Got him. One away here in the top of the 9th inning. Bryce Turner is fanned.
Number 30, Coleman Perry.
So the first baseman, Coleman Perry, comes to the plate here for the Gulls. Down to their final 2 outs in a 5-4 deficit. Returning All-Star Nathan Pichot looks in for the sign from Gary Swan. And delivers, and this one is high. Ball 1, 1-0. Strike 1 called, 1-1. Coleman Perry tonight is flied out to right field, grounded out to short, and walked, scored a run. This one hit in the air to right. Will Edwards tracking over for to his right. He'll make the catch, and that's 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Coleman Perry flies out to the right fielder, and the Gulls are down to their last out as Gavin Galenza, the designated hitter, comes to the plate here for the visitors. Galenza batting .200 on the season. Tonight he is 1 for 3 at the plate. Fastball from Pichot is in the dirt, 1-0. This one tipped foul, 1-1. This one right down the pipe for strike 2, called 1-2. The count here on Gavin Galenza. Now down to their last strike. 1-2 the count here on the designated hitter. Pichot deals. This one fouled off, and Galenza stays alive. .5'9", 215. Gavin Galenza, beefy. Outside for a ball 2, 2-2. And this one low and in the dirt. Full count on Gavin Galenza. The crowd hanging on every pitch here in the 9th. The Miller lead is 5-4. The 3-2, right down the middle, strike 3 called, and that'll end the ball game. Gavin Galenza goes down looking, and the Millers escape with the victory, and Nathan Pichot gets the save. Your final score here tonight from Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw, the Moose Jaw Miller Express 5, the Sylvan Lake Gulls 4, and the Millers climb to 13-7, a half game off the division lead. And these two teams will do it all again tomorrow night in a 7:05 first pitch here at the Ross, the Gulls and the Miller Express. For Jenna Moore, this is Rod Peterson saying so long, everybody, from Roswell's Park in Moose Jaw.